What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Popcorn Rants.
Popcorn Rants.
With Fat the Dilio.
What's up?
And Shaz the Dilio.
Shaz the Dilio. What the Dilio?
Yeah. So, we are...
Oh, nice shirt, by the way. I just noticed that.
Thank you. Yes, I got it specifically for the podcast.
Oh.
Because I knew Minecraft was a nerdy thing, even though I don't actually play Minecraft.
I almost missed a appointment that one day because I thought, okay, awal lagi. I can leave at 2:10. I'll be there at 2:30. I'm supposed to be there at 2:30.
Famous last words.
Then after that, my daughter said, "Daddy, come play Minecraft." And then we're like, okay, first we're playing hide and seek in that. Then I started building a tunnel, and there's that. I'm like, phone calls. Who the heck?
Right.
Oh yes, bro, I'm on the way.
The Malaysian on the way lah.
On the way.
The Malaysian, I'm on the way, bro. On
Belum
the way.
tutup Minecraft lagi sudah on the
roundabout,
way.
bro. Roundabout. Traffic light, bro. Traffic light.
Yeah.
There's only one traffic light and one roundabout, right?
Right. Traffic light means you just got out of bed.
Yeah, exactly. It's still better than Sabahan punya excuse lah. Sabahan is belum lagi keluar from bed, still in the bed lagi. Traffic light, bro. Traffic light. And then go back to sleep. I have a friend, right? One of my very close friends. And there is like Malaysian time, okay? There's Sabah time. And then this is my friend Mike's time.
Time, Mike?
Mike time is what I call it, right?
Right.
So the thing about Mike time is you're lucky, right, if he doesn't show up and he tells you about it. Like you're there and you're like, "Yo, Mike, where are you, man?" And he'll be like, "Oh, sorry dude, I can't come." That's lucky already.
Kalau tidak kau sana, macam mana ni orang?
Kalau tidak kau ginta, kau tunggu sana kan. Then you're calling him, "Mike, hello." Then call tidak angkat. And you're like, what the hell happened to Mike?
Yeah.
And then this is even the classic one. The next day, kan? Finally, I call him. "Hey, Mike, what happened to you yesterday? You're supposed to be there with Mama." "Oh, yeah lah, bro. Something happened." And I'm like, "Okay, what happened?" And he's like, "I can't tell you, bro."
That's why he couldn't call you also at that time.
So it's like he didn't show up. He didn't tell me. He didn't answer his phone, and he can't even tell me why.
What Mike doesn't tell you is he's a secret agent.
Oh. Secret agent man.
Yes.
Secret agent man.
That's why he can't call you. He can't tell you.
Yeah.
He'd be giving away his location to the terrorists.
Yeah.
Speaking of terrorists, did you hear the news about somebody? I don't know why they wanted to kill the chef. They wanted to kill some chef. Oh, no. Now I remember why.
Okay.
Husband and wife killed this chef at a restaurant using a bomb on a remote control car.
Oh, is it the one on the car? The guy went to get a parcel
package
or something?
Yeah, punya.
Why?
Wow. It's in Malaysia, you know.
Yeah. I know. Why did he do it?
Oh.
Tell me.
Oh, this one, the wife is very good at selling some bull.
Okay.
So, the chef guy.
Right.
And.
Wait, before you start.
Yes.
Can this be a movie?
Wait. Hey, macam can
be a movie. Okay, never mind. Continue. I want to hear the story now.
So, the story is, this chef and this guy's wife were having an affair.
Chef and the guy's wife. Okay.
For a while. Then the guy found out. But then the wife told him, "Oh, this chef guy is the one who manipulated me and I want to get revenge." So they worked together to build a bomb and they go and kill this guy and now they ran away.
Right. They ran away. They up and left out of the state kalau tidak silap. Right. We were just singing that song, right?
What's that?
Mommy don't know daddy's getting hot at the body shop. Doing something unholy.
Actually,
so anyway,
I just learned that lyric today. Before this, I would just like sing nonsense.
Mumbling.
Something on a body shop. Yeah.
At the body shop.
Like that's the only word that comes out right. Body shop. You like the Brooklyn Pro with the Brooklyn Raw or whatever the fuck he's saying.
Fair enough. To be fair, I don't really know all the lyrics to that song either. So
yeah. Nobody knows the lyrics. I'm pretty sure.
We just go no shop. Okay. Anyway, so the thing is though, that story doesn't make any sense to me.
Why?
Because why did they need to create a bomb? Like, why don't you kill somebody the normal way by like stabbing them or something? Not that I'm condoning stabbing, but I'm just saying, right?
Good point. I guess it's you risk exposing yourself. Maybe the restaurant got CCTV. Oh, this fella came in. I mean, yeah. I also don't know lah.
Doesn't make any sense.
Macam extra dramatic maybe.
Right. Okay.
It doesn't make any sense in a way also, but in a way it kind of does. That's how terrorists do it, right? So they're not identified.
No, I don't think that would be considered a terrorist because terrorists have like some kind of. It's not they have no motive except to cause terror.
Right.
Whereas this is to actually kill somebody.
This is
they're a murderer.
revenge.
They're murderers, right?
Right.
Which is kind of no, it doesn't make any sense. Like just stab the person, poison them.
I was going with poison, like some kind of untraceable thingamajig. I mean, the guy's a chef. How many times he licked a spoon? He just dropped
exactly.
one of those spoons. It's like, okay, we know where he works or whatever. You know.
Right.
Somehow.
It sounds like a potential for a story.
Right.
Where it's like you hear a story and you're like, if that could have been twisted a little bit,
Maybe.
You know what I mean? That is exactly the plot of Kaleidoscope.
Hey, don't say.
So my lead in.
Don't.
You haven't seen Kaleidoscope yet?
No, I already watched Red and Green.
Okay, so this is how many years?
Red is the day after.
The day after, okay.
Green is 7 years before.
7 years before. Wow, what a weird combination to watch it in.
How we did it was because at first I remember that you said you can watch all in any order and the final one, right? And then I guess the final one was white because everything, if you add up all the colors, it becomes white. So I said white will be last. We'll put all the other colors on a wheel of fortune.
Right.
Spin the wheel thing. My sister's phone. We spinned it and it said red. I said, okay, let's go watch Red. So we actually, is that like 7 years? Is that the earliest of the whole?
No.
Oh, there is even earlier?
Yes.
Okay. So at first I thought, this must be like the earliest part, and then I got the after the event thing.
Right.
But you're saying there's more. Okay, but don't spoil anything.
There's more early and there's more after.
More after?
Yes.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, but very interesting though.
Yeah. No, the thing is that so it's not a spoiler when I tell you what the story is based on.
Okay.
Because it is in the trailer.
I did not watch the trailer specifically because I didn't want to get any like stupid spoilers.
Okay, so what it's based on is something that happened, but it could have been. This is the story.
Oh.
Okay, I'll keep it vague, okay? So I don't really spoil much for you.
Okay.
There was something that was stolen during a natural disaster thing.
Right.
Okay? No, sorry, there was something that was damaged during a natural disaster thing. And one of the movie makers watched it and he said, damaged? More like stolen. And then he's like, wait, wouldn't it be cool if it was actually stolen?
Oh, wow.
And then he came up with this story.
Okay.
Kaleidoscope.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's based on something that could potentially be real.
Right.
Yeah. So if you don't know Kaleidoscope, it's on Netflix. I binge watched it as well in 2 days.
It's a very unique take on a mini series.
Yes.
Why? Because you don't watch it episodically. You don't watch it sequentially as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's got a bunch of episodes which are named after colors of the rainbow.
Of the Kaleidoscope, right?
Yes. So
Right.
Kaleidoscope would actually.
Right.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Right.
Kaleidoscope would actually have all of those colors, I
Right.
guess. No, the Kaleidoscope is that thing where you spin around
Yeah.
and then the things.
There's all the colors inside, right? That's what it's like a mixture of
Yeah,
colors,
but
right?
then kaleidoscopes could be like anything. Could be like cartoon characters or what is.
Really? I always thought kaleidoscopes were like colors in like a shape kind of form. Okay, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Anyway.
but whatever.
Yeah,
It's,
it doesn't matter.
it's all those colors
Okay.
that.
I have a
make up,
kaleidoscope downstairs actually.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
never mind. Continue.
So then, and there's one which is white.
Right.
So white is supposed to be the final episode.
Right.
So all the other episodes.
How did
can
you know
watch.
that white was the final episode?
Because if you add up all of the colors, it becomes white.
I mean, is that what you figured out, or is it?
That's what I guessed. Yes.
That's what you guessed.
Because I didn't want to go and find out that you should watch this. Because I saw a headline on Reddit which says this is the optimum what do you call sequence of episodes that you should watch, and I thought, okay, I don't want to find this out yet.
Right.
But I thought at first I was like,
But you don't need to choose the episodes, You just click play and it'll randomize it for you.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, you don't need to choose the episode.
I did not
It'll
know.
just randomize it for you. So
And you'll always never choose white until you're.
yes, and everyone's randomization is going to be different.
Ah.
So there's like I don't know how many combinations.
Oh, we
that
weren't
would
even
be.
aware it does that. So
Yeah.
we actually Okay, let's
Yeah,
pick
the moment
one.
you click play, it'll automatically randomize it for you. Yeah, except for the
that's
last one.
pretty
Yeah,
cool,
so
that's pretty cool.
you don't need to worry what the last episode is. It'll set it up for you.
I did not know that. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So I just kind of like figured out, like, oh, maybe white is the last episode, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's it. Okay, everything besides white.
So if you still don't get it, okay, there's 9 episodes.
Right.
The last episode is fixed for everyone because that's
Yeah.
where all the big reveals.
The reveals happen, right?
So, but the first 8 episodes, you can watch it in any order, and Netflix will randomly assign you the episode, so
Yeah.
everybody watches it in a different sequence.
Yeah.
So it's actually really clever, and I like it that Netflix is experimenting with this type of media because it's a new television experience, right?
Yeah.
Because TV streaming episodes, it's going to get boring at some point. Hey, why not mix it up a little bit? And honestly, this is really creative.
Yeah,
So,
like the last time they did the interactive show. What's it called?
Bandersnatch.
Bandersnatch. That was pretty good.
You know what's next, right? The next thing that they need to do, or it's already being done, is they need to have a movie that can randomize like the first act, second act, third act, plot points, actors, outcomes, endings, right? So you could have like, let's say, 4 combinations for the beginning, 4 combinations for the first plot point, 4 combinations for the conclusion of act 1, and then you just like randomize it. So you have one movie with maybe like 20 different storylines.
Right,
So
right.
you could watch
Make
a movie.
your own movie.
It's not even make your own movie. It'll randomize it for you, so you don't choose. So every time you press play, it's a new movie, or maybe even every time you watch a movie, it's from somebody else's perspective.
Ooh.
So
That'd be pretty cool.
that means that every time you watch this movie, you got this person's perspective. Not the next one, the next person's perspective. So you need to watch it like as many combinations as you can to get like as much information. as
That'd be a
possible.
lot of combinations. I mean,
There'd be a lot of combinations, yeah. But that would be a new experience. This is what I feel, right? Like a lot of audiences right now, we're getting used to certain things, all episodes being released at the same time and stuff.
Right.
So why not mess with the audience a little bit? Give something unique that nobody's ever experienced,
yeah.
right?
In fact, some of the series they actually do the old school release every week kind of thing for a
Yeah,
while. Yeah,
yeah.
They did that too. You know.
Those actually work well for TV shows that are very heavy on a lot of characters and a lot of things that's happening in the TV show.
But I feel like, especially for those which have like a social interaction, in the sense that people talk about it.
Yeah.
And you want to talk about it at the
Right.
same time. You don't want to be talking about it like, hey, have you seen this one yet? And then you're like,
Correct.
okay, cannot spoil it or whatever shit.
Correct.
But if
yeah.
you put it out in a macam fixed
Yeah.
sequence or dates,
Let everybody process the episode,
Yeah,
understand it, talk to each
Exactly.
other, debate about it, and you're waiting for the next episode.
and also
yeah.
everybody knows, okay, it's still like 8 a.m. in France. Don't say anything
Right,
weird yet.
right.
Okay,
Or the internet just try to spoil it for everyone.
maybe that happens too.
What I actually
Trolls,
enjoy
yes.
now is where they give the spoiler, but it's out of context.
Oh.
So there's like a series of pictures, spoilers out of context, and you're watching and you're like, okay, I don't know what this means. You know what I mean? But when you watch the episode,
Okay.
that's what it means, right? So yeah,
Internet like to mess around with you.
yeah. So Kaleidoscope, watch it, guys.
Kaleidoscope, very nice.
Kaleidoscope. Yeah, okay, so there's a new trailer that I saw for a movie, right?
Okay,
Okay, so I'm just gonna say the name of an actor
Right.
and the character he's playing, all right?
Right.
And I guarantee you're gonna want to watch it.
okay.
Okay. Dracula,
Okay.
played by Nicolas Cage.
Oh! So on.
You want to watch it already, right?
For
I don't care.
sure.
I don't give a shit about anything else. Nicolas Cage as Dracula.
Yeah.
Take my money now.
It's gonna be a fantastic. I mean,
Yeah.
here's the thing about Nicolas Cage, right?
Right.
The other day I was talking about it.
Right.
Other movies, you can say this is a good movie.
Right.
This is a bad movie.
Correct.
But movies with Nicolas Cage in it, you say that's a great Nicolas Cage movie.
Right.
It's not a bad movie. It's not a good movie.
Right.
It's a great Nicolas Cage
movie.
flick.
Yeah,
Holy
exactly.
shit!
Exactly. Yeah.
It doesn't matter what the fuck the movie's about.
Exactly. So it's called Renfield.
Renfield.
And it stars the guy who played Beast in X-Men. I can't remember what his name is. Let me go
Beast
check.
in X-Men. Oh, the guy.
Not
from-
Kelsey Grammer.
Not Kelsey Grammer. Okay, I was thinking Kelsey Grammer.
Yeah. Hold
The
on.
young Beast.
The young Beast
With
was
this,
his.
okay, right, that guy. looks like a 90210 kind of.
Yeah, he was a zombie. Nicholas Hoult is his name.
Nicholas
Yeah.
Hoult.
So he is like Dracula's assistant or something like that, and he's trying to break free from Dracula, and there's a lot of A-list actors in it. So it's called Renfield. Hold on, let me just see who else is acting in it.
Okay.
So it's not like Nicolas Cage has been acting in a lot of B-grade stuff recently. Awkwafina is in it.
Ooh.
So yeah, Nicholas Hoult, Awkwafina. It's a comedy horror kind of thing.
Right.
So I mean, like, I'm sold.
It's a Nicolas Cage film. That's what it's gonna be.
Yeah, and
Like
it's
that
set to
one
be
where they
released in April.
April.
So, so that one I'm
There's
definitely.
one though that I want to watch that I haven't yet. It's the unbearable weight of unbelievable talent. I think it's called. Nicolas Cage. Try to Google unbearable weight of
Massive talent.
massive talent.
The
Starring
unbearable
Nicolas
weight
Cage.
of massive. Oh, it's because he plays himself.
Yeah, Nicolas Cage playing himself.
Right,
So
right,
I
right.
really want to watch this.
Pedro Pascal.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, there's a
Pedro
lot of-
Pascal is the Star Wars guy, right? The other day.
Yes, he's the Mandalorian.
The
Correct.
Mendo.
Yeah,
right.
No, he's also in what is that?
Game
The
of
zombie-
Thrones.
Game of
also.
Thrones and the
He
zombie,
died.
the new zombie movie, The Last of Us, the video game, The Last of
yeah,
Us.
yeah,
They made
yeah.
it into a show. I'm looking at the trailer. I feel like it's gonna suck.
Alamak, really? Because
Yeah.
what I just read
Yeah.
was that unlike a lot of these video game adaptations, like the last one that
Yeah.
people were talking about was Halo, where the
Right.
directors just said, "No, we don't give a shit about the game. We just gonna."
Right.
But the Last of Us fellas said that they were gonna. Nope, we're not gonna put any extra input from our shit. We're just gonna do the game as it is, and then
The thing is, right? Video game story arcs and movie story arcs and TV show story arcs are different. You know, I don't think it translates well. And especially if you played the game, are you going to watch a TV show where it's just a live action version of the cutscenes? You know?
You got a point there.
So-
I already watched this movie.
Yeah.
Why does this seem so familiar?
Yeah, and this is the thing, right? It's they were even in Uncharted.
Right.
There was a scene where Tom Holland was climbing on the back of the plane, had all that stuff coming out of the back. Did you watch Uncharted?
I have not yet. I want to
okay.
play also the game. You
Okay.
keep saying that game. I haven't played it yet. I got it.
It's an amazing game.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
an
yeah.
amazing the Uncharted series 1 to 4. I'm going to come back to that in a second, okay? Because there's a lot of things. Suddenly you mentioned that. This is how conversations go. We'll talk about something, and then we'll be like, wait, there's something else I want to add. Okay, come back to it. Okay. So, Tom Holland. There's one scene in the video game where Nathan Drake gets it's like a cargo plane, and at the back of the cargo plane opens up, and then like all the stuff, the cars and the boxes and everything starts to come out of the cargo plane, right? And he has to climb on these boxes and netting and stuff like that, and try to get back onto the plane.
Right, it becomes a platform gamer for a while.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
So you're like jumping from one box to another to try to get back onto the plane, right? So when you're playing the game, it's like really you're on edge. You're like, oh my god, I gotta like jump on, like try to not fall off this plane, right? But when you're watching Tom Holland do it, just like I don't. It seems like a lamer version of me playing the game. Because in the game I feel the tension.
Right.
You know, when I see it on TV, it's just like.
For a second, I was thinking like, because he's Spider-Man, right? It's like no. So he was saying something different last year.
Yeah. So that's the thing. It's like I feel like certain video game adaptations, when they go to the
big screen,
movie medium or TV show medium, it's like less tension, less interesting. You know, it's not the same when you're doing the video game, right?
I guess you got a point there.
And the other thing is also the Uncharted series. That's kind of funny is Mark Wahlberg plays Sully, right? The older Nathan Drake's confidant and mentor, right?
Right.
So originally, when they wanted to make the Uncharted series, it was Mark Wahlberg as Nathan Drake.
Right.
Right.
But I'm guessing it took too long.
Took too long. Okay. And then they said, hey, they called Mark Wahlberg and they said, hey, I was watching his interview and he said, hey, we're going to do the Uncharted movie now. And he says, oh, that's great, let's do it. And then he was asking, who's going to be Sully? He didn't say who's going to be Sully. He said, who's going to be the other guy?
Right.
Who's going to be the other guy? And he was thinking maybe Robert De Niro, Bryan Cranston.
Like an older guy.
Yeah.
Right.
And then they said Tom Holland. And he's like, Tom Holland? It's like, oh, I'm the old guy. He's like, oh, okay, I get it. I'm the old guy.
Okay, like at least
So-
he is aware, like self-aware.
Marky Mark, yeah. I mean, like,
Marky Mark.
but honestly, Tom Holland is too young to play Nathan Drake, and
Really?
and I think Mark Wahlberg and Bryan Cranston as Nathan Drake and Sully, that would have been awesome.
Perfect, right.
Yeah, even Nathan Fillion did a fan film, Uncharted. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't.
It's really good.
Really?
And they got a lot of A-list actors to be in
Cameo.
it.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
This is the thing I'm kind of sad, right?
Right.
Like, obviously, you're not a big Nathan Fillion fan. I am.
No,
I,
yes,
am I am kind of a Nathan Fillion fan, right? But the thing is that there are different levels of stardom in
Right.
Hollywood.
Okay.
The A list, and then like the A minus list, and the B
Right.
plus list, and stuff like that. And then we're like, obviously, you'll take a Z list, Z minus list in Hollywood any day, right?
Right.
For somebody who's like us, right?
For
But
sure, yeah.
you look at Nathan Fillion and you think like, my God, that guy, he was Castle, he was in Firefly, he was in so many things, and he's like, I'm not big enough to be the lead in a big Hollywood action blockbuster.
Oh, shit, okay.
I can only do
TV shows.
right?
Right.
And that's why you'll see some actors that they'll never do TV shows, like they're just too big.
Right.
Like I don't think you'd ever see Eddie Murphy
In a TV show?
Yeah.
I don't know. I used to think that, but nowadays I see a lot of much. Okay, maybe some of them are used to be top
Right.
A-listers, but they're in TV shows now.
Yeah, no, there's the downgrades.
Right.
The thing is, it's not a downgrade, really, when you think
Right,
about it.
right.
It's just Hollywood elitism, right?
Right.
Yeah, but a lot of the
So
the
they got
Marvel,
casts.
the original Marvel Avengers. I don't think they'll
India
get it.
ain't got nothing on Hollywood. Hollywood's
Yeah.
cast system is way more strong.
way
way
more
stronger. Okay.
So I think all of the Avengers, and so you're not going to see Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans and all of those guys are just too famous
Right.
to be in TV shows. But actually, Eddie Murphy has a new movie. It's coming out on Netflix, and it's called You People.
You people.
Yeah.
Huh?
So it's pretty funny. It's Jonah Hill,
The fat guy.
David Duchovny.
X-Files.
And it's starring the girl from Seinfeld. What is her name? The
The ex-girlfriend of Jerry Seinfeld.
Julia
Louis-Dreyfus.
correct.
Yeah.
Yes. So
Oh.
what has happened is that Jonah Hill is a Jewish guy. He falls in love with Nia Long is in it as well. He falls in love with this black girl who is Muslim.
Okay.
Right? So, but they are like American Muslim, like Malcolm X and all this kind of stuff, right? So, they both are really into each other, but their families are just
Completely,
terrible.
right.
So
Racism
it's like,
to the max.
so they're like So they're like at dinner. They're saying, "Wait a minute, are you comparing the Holocaust to slavery? It's not even. It's not even close." And Jonah Hill is like, "Can you pass the mashed potatoes, please? What's the situation with those potatoes? So it's just like that's why it's called You People, right?
Right. You people.
You People. So it's like, I got this. He had like a songkok.
So Eddie Murphy's the dad lah.
Eddie Murphy's the dad. He's like,
Okay.
yeah, I got this songkok from this guy who was like some preacher, cleric guy.
Right.
He says, "Have you heard about the good preachers, the good word?" And he says, "Well, I heard what he said about Jews." And then they're like, awkward conversation. So like Jonah Hill's character and his girlfriend's character, they're trying to like maneuver this thing where both their families are like.
This sounds like fantastic.
Yeah, no, it's
Eddie Murphy in it.
Eddie Murphy's in it, and I'm watching it and I'm thinking this is such an awkward situation comedy thing, which is sometimes it's nice to watch a train wreck. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah, it is. It's called Schadenfreude.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Taking
exactly.
delight in other people's demise.
Yes.
And yeah.
It's like take the Germans to come up with a word to
Yeah,
specific to be that
Schadenfreude.
specific on it, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, some interesting trailers coming out. You people.
You people.
You people.
Okay, let me see. What else did I watch? I always open up my activity thing. Oh, they're canceling 1899. I only watched like the first 3 episodes.
Okay.
Interesting, like got mystery on a ship that was missing, and then
Bermuda Triangle type shit lah.
Bermuda Triangle type shit. But then our good friend David said it suddenly becomes one of those tiba-tiba movies. Like
right.
suddenly got this and then suddenly got that. And I thought, okay lah. And then suddenly, no more second season. I thought, I don't want to watch lah.
Yeah. No, unfortunately, most TV shows do that, I think. It's because it's very easy to hook you in at the beginning with the mystery, but then it's very difficult to explain the mystery in a satisfactory way.
Right. And then the writers end up writing themselves in a corner, and I'm like, magic stuff happens!
Tiba-tiba?
Tiba-tiba.
There's one movie, there's one TV show where it's like based in the 30s, where they get some kind of like mystery stuff, right? Okay, it's actually based on superheroes in the 30s. Hold on.
Superheroes in the 30s.
In the 30s. Hold on. 30s TV show. What is it called, let's see. Shit. Why can't I remember? It is... Okay. Okay, so let me see. This is how I'm going to trace it, okay? So there's this actor called Timothy Olyphant. Do you know him?
I know the name, but I cannot remember the face, but I'm pretty sure I know
so
this guy.
he looks like Josh Duhamel, and Josh Duhamel is in the movie.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I'll see his what movies he's acted in, and I'll be able to tell you what TV shows he's acted in. Now from there, I'll be able to tell you what it is.
Sherlock at work, ladies and gentlemen. World's greatest detective.
It's like I don't know who this is, but I'm gonna be looking this, and then this, and then this, and I'll be able to get you the.
So what he's doing right now is he's accessing his mind palace. It's called Google.
Yes. If only my mind could be online. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna get it to you soon. It is called Jupiter's Legacy. That's what it's called.
Hey, I watched this. It was pretty good.
Yeah. So this is the thing about that show, though. It also, I think, only like one season, and it got canceled.
Oh yeah. It did get canceled.
Yeah.
What?
But the thing is that I think Jupiter's Legacy is one of those stories where it could have benefited from restructuring of the story, because there's two parts, right? The mystery part where how they got their powers, and also the superhero part, right? I think it would have been really good if they had edited it in a way where it was just a mystery in the 30s at first.
Right.
You don't know what is it that's on this
You don't
island.
have any clue that it's a superhero show yet.
And then finally, when they get to the island and you find out what is this amazing prize at the island, and all of them have fucking superpowers. Like, what? I think that would have been a great reveal. There are a lot of movies I feel like I watch it and I'm just like, oh man, if they edited it in this way, it would have been much better. Right. Like, did you see Passengers? Jennifer Lawrence and Star-Lord.
Star-Lord? No, I did not.
Yeah. So the story is about is a 2016 film. The story is about Chris Pratt. Okay, that's his name, right?
Yeah.
So Passengers it's like a generational ship. It's going to take like 200 years to get to like a new planet to colonize or whatever, right? So everybody's in cryo sleep, and the ship is supposed to keep them like asleep and alive for like 200 years, right? But there was a malfunction because it went through like an asteroid belt, and it accidentally woke up
two of these guys, right?
No, Chris Pratt's character only.
Yeah, this seems familiar. Okay,
so he wakes up, and then he starts to realize that, oh shit, he's like 100 years or something like that. Too early.
Right.
And he's trying to figure out how to get back to sleep. He can't get back to sleep in cryo. Then he starts to explore the ship, and then he starts to enjoy the ship. But then after like about a year, he feels really lonely. So he starts to fall in love with one of the crew, which is Jennifer Lawrence's character, and then he starts to think like, I like really like her. Maybe I should wake her up, right? And because if he wakes her up, the dilemma is that she is going to be trapped on the ship 100 years earlier with him as well. So there's going to be two of them trapped on the ship, right? And they're not going to make it to the new colony, so to speak.
Their grandkids might.
Their grandkids might, if they hook up, right? But he's basically trapping her as well, right? So he wakes her up, and then she wakes up, and she goes to, and she's wondering why nobody's awake, and then he meets her, and he's acting a little weird because he feels guilty about waking her up.
Right.
And then the story continues from there, okay? No need to spoil it, right? But it would have been better, right, if Chris Pratt wasn't the center of attention of the story. It would have been better if Jennifer Lawrence's character, the movie start with Jennifer Lawrence's character waking up. And then she meets this Chris Pratt guy. And there's this mystery as to whether she can trust this Chris Pratt character.
I see. It's the same story.
Yes.
It's just that it starts at a different point in time.
Correct.
And it starts from a different person's perspective.
Correct.
Right.
So it would have been better that way, because then after it's revealed, oh crap, this Chris Pratt is the one who woke her up.
Right.
Then you can flash back to show what he did, why he woke her up.
Right.
It would have been better that way, you know?
Okay.
They actually re-edited the movie to have it something like that, but obviously it's not too chantik lah. There's some parts that's missing and stuff like that.
Right, because it's of the continuity issues,
Yes,
etc.
yes.
But you get the story roughly in the way that you just
Yeah,
mentioned, right?
Yeah. So there are a few stories like that. I feel like, it would have been better if they had edited it the other way around instead. Yeah, Jupiter's Legacy is one of them.
Don't worry, when Netflix comes up with that thing that you just mentioned, you can do your own. Do your own version of the story.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. The other thing that I feel like Netflix kind of messed up on was Bandersnatch, right?
Okay.
So what they should have done, Netflix, is just release the Bandersnatch episode as like episode 2 in the new Black Mirror series, or episode 3 in the new Black Mirror series, and don't tell anyone about it. And then when people are watching episode 1, okay, it's about this thing, episode 2 about something else, episode 3, what the fuck? I gotta choose options. Right. And then like the audience will be like, whoa, what's happening?
Because
choose my own adventure.
I'm in Black Mirror now.
Yes. So like just like shock people suddenly, where they're just like, yo, what's happening here? Like you don't tell them, let them figure it out for themselves.
Right.
But maybe they need to do it for promotion so that everybody will watch the episode. I guess, I don't know. What do I know about marketing and promotion and budgeting for TV shows and shit, right? I'm just talking from a pure storytelling perspective. Like you're messing with me. Because I like it when like TV shows and shit like that, they kind of like mess with you a little bit, mess with the audience. Your perspective on how things work, you know? So,
I can appreciate that, yes.
Yeah. So that's all the shows I can think of right now.
Oh, wait! I haven't finished my list.
Sure.
I was looking. Oh, remember I told you the other day? So have you ever seen that those kind of porns where the girl is?
I forgot about this. Sorry.
Right.
I thought I would remember, but I forgot. Okay.
Right. So have you ever seen the porn genre where
I'm thinking no, but okay, continue.
The girl is in like a pawn shop or a supermarket, and then she's getting checked by the guard because you stole something, and then you have to strip, right? Now, I've never seen these things because I never watch porn.
Oh, okay, of course.
But apparently there's this type of genre, and I always thought that, if there is this type of genre, I wouldn't watch it. It doesn't happen in real life. What crazy, what stupid idiot would go and let them...
Okay, first of all, you're not being very specific. Okay, so they said that she's stolen something.
Oh, okay, so the girl would be like, if I... No, okay, I'm not the sex one. Okay. The girl gets she stole something.
Okay, you've never seen porn before. Just tell me what it is.
Okay, so the girl apparently stole something. So now the guard has to check her bodily orifices to see
right there
inside the manager's room, let's say.
Okay, so they take her to a back room.
It's
not in the middle.
Not in the middle of the thing.
Okay.
So in the back room.
That would be another genre.
That would be a genre. That's a public exhibitionist genre.
Okay, all right. So
not that I know anything about those things.
So so the guard says that the girl is stealing something.
You're stealing something. So we now have to check you. Blah blah blah. And then eventually.
And you take her back to a back room.
Back room. Yes.
Okay, you gotta give all these specifics, man.
Okay.
I gotta get it in my mind and imagine.
I see.
Okay, all right.
For science.
Okay, for science reasons. All right.
So now they're already in the back room. Then he'll be like checking her. Eventually, stuff happens. It's porn, right?
Okay.
So, but then the thing is.
Okay, so just let me be a little specific, okay?
Okay.
I just need to wrap my mind around this, okay?
Okay.
So he checks her orifices for the stolen items.
Right.
And I assume he finds them.
No.
He does not. He does not find them. Okay.
But
Okay, so that's the problem here.
Right.
Because if he doesn't have anything on them, why would they pow?
That's the thing. That's why I always thought that's not realistic. Why would we?
Because it would make sense if they
did, right?
If he found it, right?
But no. So now then I thought this is stupid. That doesn't happen in real life. Nobody would. There's a show on Netflix.
Okay.
Where it's called "Don't Pick Up the Phone."
Okay.
It's about.
All right.
a guy who calls up a McDonald's posing as a police officer.
Wait, this is a documentary?
This is a documentary.
Okay, all right.
And the police officer is saying to the manager, hello, somebody reported that one of your staff stole money from a customer's handbag.
Okay.
And you're going to have to bring it to the back office and ask some questions. And they'll be on the phone with this fake police guy, following his instructions, asking this girl anything, did you blah, 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 etc. Eventually he'll be like, okay, now you can either bring her into the station for processing, etc., or we can just do it right now and you can strip search her.
Right.
And then the guy actually like, okay, follow order, and then ask the girl to strip and everything. And eventually it led to like sex also. The police officer will be telling them to like blow job or whatever nonsense lah.
Okay, so
Yes.
again, all right, you're very quick with your story, right?
Right.
And I just, the more you tell me, the more questions I have.
Okay. Question
all right,
away.
questions, all right?
Right.
So, this is a documentary in a sense that the police officer is fake, obviously. He's the one who's doing the documentary.
No, he's the one. The documentary is about, but we don't know who he is.
Oh, so
it's an anonymous caller.
So this is a documentary about somebody who did this.
Yes.
So the guy who's calling is not part of the documentary crew.
No, he's a real guy.
It's a real guy. Okay.
Yeah.
So it is a story about this guy who calls McDonald's and tries to get the manager to molest their staff.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now clear.
Right.
Because at first I was thinking it's the documentary crew that's calling them.
Oh,
McDonald's.
no.
And then I'm like,
no.
kurang ajar. So this documentary crew, in order to get their story,
Right.
they're getting the McDonald's manager to molest the staff.
Right.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Anyway.
So
continue. Right.
And then you're thinking, that must have been a really dumb manager.
Right.
But the thing happens like hundreds of times across like 20 years at various McDonald's, Five Guys or whatever, Pizza Huts,
Right.
everywhere. It's like this guy is unstoppable.
Okay.
And then he just gets people like, I'm not talking like 10 minutes, just do a strip shit, like 3 hours prolong. Got one guy to like, okay, she was talking
Right.
first to the manager who's a lady,
Mhm.
and then the lady says, I gotta get back to work. Okay, ma'am, you call your husband. So she calls her husband from home. The husband comes over, and then she says, okay, she's going back to work. Now the husband is in there listening to this fake police officer, and then getting the girl to get naked on his lap, and then the police officer says, now you have to spank her, and then he spanks her, and then now you have to make her suck your dick or whatever. And this happened in real. Then only I realized, that porn genre is not very far from the truth.
Right.
It actually happens. In fact, it's worse than you would even think.
Right.
These are people who...
And none of these girls complained to the cops about
They
it?
did.
Okay.
They tried. They even complained to McDonald's
Right.
many times. In fact, right now, I believe there is a case going on, a suit, where one of these girls is making the biggest claim against McDonald's for this thing.
Okay. And they have no idea who this guy is.
No, until now they don't know.
What's it called again?
Don't pick up the phone.
Don't pick up the phone.
Yeah. So it happens when you
Yeah,
first
that's
see. It's like,
interesting.
bodoh juga this one guy again.
Right.
I wouldn't have. Nobody else would have.
Right.
Followed the hundreds, man. Like almost maybe even thousands, because it's over more 20 years maybe.
Right.
Eh? I might be exaggerating. Maybe like 10 years or something. Like 1990 something.
1 year also would be horrific.
Yeah.
So yeah.
This one is like again and again and again.
Yeah.
And he just
This is why we have all been programmed, especially if you're Asian, right?
to listen to authority.
To listen to authority. And that's something that you need to deprogram yourself. Because, first of all, listening to anyone, right, without thinking about the instruction is how Nazi Germany happened. It's how a lot of fucked up things in the world happen, where you're just following instructions. We talked about this on one of the other podcasts where people would electrocute other people if they were told to do it. The other person's pleading like, don't electrocute me, and somebody in the lab coat says, no, electrocute him. And people would do it because somebody in a lab coat told them to do it, right?
They feel bad while they're doing it, but they do it because
somebody in a lab coat said for me to do it, right? So you need to deprogram yourself in a sense that you need to stop listening to authority, right? Blindly. And this is why when people tell me about like governments of the world or whatever, right? I always say that like people, I do not trust governments.
Right.
Because governments are, again, the sense of authority where all morality of what's right and what's wrong just goes right out the window, and now I just expect you to be a loyal drone and just do what the government and authority figures tell you to do.
Right.
And you don't even have to think about it, right? And that's a deprogramming thing that you kind of need to do with yourself. I think even as children, you've been programmed to do that for a long time.
Yeah.
And
Don't ask questions.
Don't
Listen
ask
to your
questions.
elders.
Just follow, you know. Your teacher says, well, just follow whatever your teacher says. So
No,
that's
that's
very
really
bad,
wrong.
you know.
Really bad.
And this is probably why, you know the Macau scam, right?
Yes.
It's like rampant in Malaysia. I get a call for this Macau scam every week at least once.
Right.
You know, I'm like so malas already. Every time I see a phone call where it's like a handphone number, I'm like, oh man, this is the freaking Macau scam again, guy. Like I think there's one point where they used to call me every fucking day. They would call me, you know.
Right.
And it's always the same thing where somebody on the other side says they are from Lembaga Hasil Dalam Negeri,
Hasil
or they're a
Lembaga.
police
Officer, I
officer,
got.
or they are from custom, or they are
custom
they are
delivery.
from they are from the Hakim or something like that.
Shopee or Shopify.
Or something like that, or they're from the bank or something like that. And then they would say and because a lot of Malaysians, we get very scared.
Right.
We're very scared that something is going to happen to us. So somebody on the phone says that they're a person of authority, you immediately believe them.
Yeah.
Whereas
that's what they expect. Like. That's what they want.
Yeah, that's exactly what they want. So it's because you've been programmed to always listen to authority.
Yeah, no.
Don't ask questions, right? So you need to stop doing that. Whereas now I'm kind of like, even if you are a police officer, even if you are from custom, right? And you're calling me and you're telling me, you need to come and get me, lah.
Right. Right.
Right? You're not going to do this over the phone. Come and get me. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not going to listen to this shit.
Yeah,
If you really said that I did something wrong, right? Come and fucking get me. You know what I mean? Call my lawyer, put on an APB. I want to see my fucking face on TV.
You know, this burned me once.
Right.
There was one time where I got a call on a Saturday morning.
Right.
I got a call from a mobile number.
Right.
Pick up lah. Saya scan dari LHDN. I'm like, LHDN. Okay, let's play.
Oh, yeah, you told me about it. Sorry, okay, tell the story. Tell the story. Right.
I'm like playing along. Oh, yeah, yes. Kenapa? You finally look mana? Yes, semua. I got some surat or whatever for you. I said, okay, I'm at the McDonald's in Api-Api. I'm in KL right now,
right?
But then he's in Sabah.
Right.
And then I told him, yeah, I'm in Api-Api there at the McDonald's. And then, I meet you there in 5 minutes. Okay, 5 minutes. 5 minutes later, he called me, hey, where are you? I said, I already went somewhere else. And I gave him another location, like a bit far away.
Right.
And he go, Kampung Baru, Kampung Air. I said, I'm in Kampung Air, ada this Jamila Enterprise jual mutiara ni. I said, then he went there. And then,
you remember all the places in KK, not bad.
Not really lah. That one is
Okay.
kebetulan I remember the image of this and I've been there before. Okay, so I just gave him some 2-3 jumps, right? Then the third jump, he was like, okay, malam macam ni I have to send to your house. I said, send lah. I thought, okay, that's it lah, GG. Then later, I got a call from my mom or dad, and then they said they got a letter from LHDN. I'm like, oh shit.
Sorry, Mr. LHDN guy.
Yeah, then after that,
it was real.
I had to call the LHDN and I said, hey, sheepishly, like, I got a letter at my house. And then I deal the whole thing, okay, ready, done. Then the next day I called back again, the boss at the Sabah branch, and I said, actually, you know what happened the other day? I told your guy to go here. I'm really sorry because he called me from the headphone, And then she also like, yeah, it shouldn't be like that lah. But then, you know, they were spotting lah about it.
Right, okay lah, yeah. But again, right? If it is real, come and get me, right? In this case, the LHDN went to...
Actually did get me. They
came to get Fadil,
then
right?
They sent the letter straight to my house.
Yeah.
So, okay lah.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Be suspicious. This is the thing,
Always
right?
be suspicious.
We have gone from a place of kind of like trusting to now you need to assume everything is a lie.
Yeah.
Everything is a scam. Everything is a lie until proven otherwise. Unfortunately, that's where we are right now.
Yeah, I feel like 90s, maybe even early 2000s, it didn't feel like this.
It didn't feel like this. Definitely not.
You would like, people say like this lah, you know?
Yeah.
But nowadays, if people say like this, you're like, really, ka?
Yeah. The only thing is that when I get these scam calls, sometimes when I'm bored, I just want to fuck with them a
Layan
little
them
bit.
lah.
I fuck with them a little bit. Like there's one time somebody called me and he says, "Hi, I'm calling from HSBC. I saw that this transaction of 3,000 ringgit you withdraw from the ATM in Subang Jaya. Is that you?" I'd be like, "Yep." You withdraw this money? Yeah, I did. You just withdraw this money? You just withdraw this money just now? Yeah, I just withdraw it. Like 10 minutes ago. Yeah, I just withdraw the money like 10 minutes ago. Okay, thank you. Because he's probably like, motherfucker, this guy. You know, he knows what's happening.
What I usually do is I give them a fake IC number,
Right.
and they already know my name because
Right.
they're calling me my
Right.
name. I say give them a number. But usually what happens is they're like, they cannot find this. I cannot find this, and then I was like, what do you mean you cannot find it? You just asked me blah blah
Right.
blah. But I don't know why. I think maybe because they're looking for that match with the real actual IC number. I don't know.
Right.
But yeah, that's what's been happening to me lah.
You
I'll
know-
give them a fake one, then they'll say they're trying to get it to the system, they can't get it, and then eventually they disconnect.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it's really dumb.
I that's not so bad. That maybe they've even got some verification thing. I've gotten ones yang teruk. They don't even have my name.
Oh right.
They just said, "Hi, is this the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7?" And
Hi, is this the number that I just
that I
dialed?
just freaking called. And I'm like, "Are you serious, dude? You don't even have my name. So lame." So then I'm like, then you know what will happen? It's because they're just like blah 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 blah. And I'll be like, "I'm sorry, I can't speak Malay. Can you speak English, please?" Tapi sebab saya nak tanya pasal ni. And then he's blah blah blah. I can't understand what you're saying. Can you? Okay, tak apa. I guess I want to call you back. Call me back. Then the next person that calls me, tapi cakap bahasa Melayu ke? Apa ni speaking?
England no powder.
Then the third time they call me, how ma? What's the shots?
But I got one which was super I think long game.
Right.
Guy calls me up and then says, "Hey, hi, Mr. Fadel. I'm James something, some fancy.
Right.
And we're calling about a potential investment in blah, blah, blah." And you know this, what is this funny accent? This
Right,
fella,
right.
you can hear a bit of the Filipino and then.
Right.
But he says there's an investment opportunity.
Right.
You got to do it right now because we bought it at 73 cents, and right now we can give it to you, Mr. Fadel, at 60 cents, which means that the minute you get it this 25%, blah 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 blah. And then, okay, well, I'll check it out. Can you give me the stock? And then he give me the stock, and then I go check, do my due diligence, right? And I see, oh yeah, it's going up, actually, that stock. I said, okay, then he'll call me like 3-4 weeks, right? But I just play along. But eventually I see what happens is that stock that went up, it'll crash.
Right.
Then I'll tell him yeah, that stock you told me that ABC, whatever, it just jumped. Yes, Mr. Fadel, we already told all of our other investors to get out of it, blah, blah, blah. And then he'll give me another stock. And then they'll do the same thing. And I just I gotta check. And then if you wait long enough, whatever stock they'll do is going up, it'll go up. And then it'll crash. But wow, very, very pandai. It'll make you feel like.
Well, but you know what? Even if that's true, right? That is a really good shorting opportunity, right?
Possibly, but the thing is, here's one
If
thing.
you can short the stock, of
I don't
course.
think you can because
Okay.
all of our transactions are done on our private servers, and we will
Oh,
give
it's
you
not
the
openly
link.
traded.
No. We'll
okay.
give you a link to our private servers so you can see for yourself, Mr. Fadel, the potential that you'll make it. Blah blah blah.
Oh, I was thinking it's a pump and dump.
No, it's not like a pump and dump of a famous thing ka apa tidak.
Right,
It's
okay,
just like
okay.
he'll mention something. It's real stocks,
Right.
obviously,
Right.
but you can only buy or sell for you on that platform only.
Okay.
Super chat lah. And then he will always okay, so Mr. Fadel, can you give me your name and everything, and then blah blah blah. And right at the end he'll be like, so what's your bank account number? And that's where I was like,
Right.
I don't think I'm ready to do that yet.
Yeah.
So okay lah. Wow. But then so many times I'm persuasive this guy.
Yeah, no. You know, I get those as well, and that's the opposite side. Sorry, I cannot speak English. Can you speak Malay, please? Can you speak Malay? Malay. I cannot speak English. So what's the point of being able to speak 2 languages if you can fuck with
Right.
people,
If you use it, man, use it. It's a superpower.
Orang cakap orang putih ni tak faham lah. Boleh cakap ini Malaysia tau. Cakap bahasa Melayu, okay?
Dia mau kecek lagu musuh Islam.
You can speak Kelantanese.
A bit lah.
So the thing is that I do that sometimes, and I even do the whole, when someone is in KL, they always call me to go for some something in KL, right? Like, hey, we have this new hotel that's launching, we got this new health center that's launching. Why don't you come for the talk? And
I'm in
blah,
KK.
blah, blah. Yes. I tell them, oh, saya tinggal di KK, bos.
Macam mana ni?
Kau mau bayar saya punya flight ke? Oh, ini tinggal kat Kota Kinabalu. Oh, sini tulis bukan kat KL, bukan. Saya tinggal di KK kan. Oh ya, baru saya dengar you punya logat Sabah. Oh, okay. And then the same thing and then they'll get like their KK person somehow. I'll be in the KK database. They'll call me and then they'll be like, boleh datang kan lintas kat this thing? Saya tinggal di PJ, bos. Kau bayar saya punya flight ke?
The other day, me and my wife almost kena this one where, okay, they'll call you up and then they'll say, oh, you just have to come for a talk, like a 40-minute talk, and then we'll tell you about our hotel, blah, blah, blah. Then we give you free voucher, 2 nights, 3 nights, whatever, stay, nonsense lah. For the longest time, I keep telling them, no. And then one day, they call, they say like this, and I thought, okay lah, if just go for 40 minutes, listen to whatever nonsense, don't have to buy anything also, and they give you voucher. Okay lah, we go. So we go there, and then we got lost a bit, whatever, but we eventually found the place. And then we saw like, punya ramai orang, like people in suits and everything. And there were other people there were a couple who came in the elevator with us, and we were asking, oh, are you guys also going to the thing? Said, yeah. And it turns out there's a lot of people. They sit you down. Terus they will tell you about, you have to fill up this form. And then you fill up the form and then you see the form. There's this one lady lah, a bit more senior, I guess, from whoever called you, who will tell you a little bit about, okay, you just have to fill up the form, answer some questions, this, and you will get this, like a holiday, whatever, right? And then when you're filling up the form, ada satu part tu kan, dia tanya, okay, sudahlah dia tanya, what is your gaji, what is your job, everything. And right at the bottom there, you're asking for your credit card number, siap, terus. Like, this is the first form.
Right.
I basically, I'm filling up my attendance already got credit card.
Yeah.
I saw the credit card thing already, like, belum cerita apa-apa, sudah ada credit card ni.
Yeah. Punya bahaya.
We chow. But then a lot of people, I saw them sign.
Yeah.
Ooh, and then I thought that sounds scary like shit.
Yeah.
It's actually a timeshare, one of those timeshare things.
Right.
So yeah, wow, you stay away from those things.
Yeah. The thing about those guys, right? I mean, like, sometimes people ask me, why can't you just be honest? Tell them you're not interested, right?
Yeah.
I've tried it. The one that I got was vending machines. They were trying to get me to invest in vending machines, and I did the whole, I'm not sure if this is a good investment. It's not, and the person was rude to me on the phone.
Like you're stupid, you don't know what you're talking about. Okay.
Or at first they were like persuasive. Allah, takkan tak boleh datang. Only 1 hour only. Takkan 1 hour so you cannot come, And the same thing I get sometimes for insurance. Oh, come on, this is another $200. Takkan you can't spend $200 for insurance. And it's like, I hate this line where I gotta justify to you why I say tak mau lah kan. But yeah lah, that's the thing. So now I just fuck with you or I hang up the phone.
Right.
Yeah. I used to have this thing where I cannot hang up the phone abruptly.
Right. You feel bad.
I gotta end the call properly. But now I'm just like, no, I say I can't talk.
Yeah.
End it, like, cancel.
Tomorrow I'm going to another one. This one sounds less likely to be a scam. They said, hey, we sell durian products overseas. Now we want to find out about local taste. So can you come over and try our durian product stuff?
Okay.
And then we have an interview or something like that. So I want to see what the scam is, but I'm probably gonna go. It sounds to me like legit lah.
Right.
If at the very least we can makan like $20 per person worth of whatever durian product pun, okay lah, jadi lah.
Okay lah.
But let's see what the scam is.
Okay, but is it think about your petrol and your time?
That one no
is
problem.
It worth $40 worth of durian? Wouldn't you have $40 in your pocket?
We could, I mean, yeah, but see lah, what kind of durian? Maybe you can get $100 worth ka? Oh man, Allah tahu.
Okay lah, all right, maybe.
But yeah, but also at the same time, in the back of my head is like, I wonder what the scam is. When I get there, what are they gonna ask for? I have to be careful lah. Don't just simply give away your information, because they could, for all you know, maybe they just ask you for some, tame-looking details, but they could very easily cross-check this with some list they have, and then they find out what bank you're in, and then because you gave them your mother's name in this stupid form, and then you're fucked.
Yeah. You remember the My Easy Vacation company that we went to intimidate in Giant Tranajaya?
Yeah.
So I signed up for this so-called vacation company because I happened to be, this has got to be like 15 years ago, I think. It's like that long ago. So my sister was graduating in Australia, and I was looking to buy tickets to go to Australia, and it just so happened there was this vacation company that opened up, and it seemed like they guaranteed they would give you the lowest plane ticket prices and also the lowest hotel stays or whatever, right? So I paid the subscription fees, and whenever I emailed them and asked them for a list, the person that would reply me would reply something that I didn't ask for. I said, I didn't ask for this, I asked for this thing. And then they would reply me again with the same
Something
thing.
else.
And it was always like, have you ever you've gotten a reply from somebody and you're like, am I being scammed, or is this person just monumentally stupid?
Right?
You're just not sure, right? And unfortunately, you want to give them the benefit of the doubt in the whole, he's probably monumentally stupid, I'm not being scammed. But then there's a website that you could go to. It used to be called the NCCC, which is the National Consumer Complaints Center. Yes, that's what it's called. The National Consumer Complaints Center. And this is where you can go and check companies that people have complained about, right? And when I clicked on the companies that people have complained about, the number one company
is
Easy Vacation. So
Oh.
I'm like, man. So I had to go. I printed out a bunch of papers saying that this is a scam, and I went with Fad the Delio and my other friend David. So this is the thing, right? I am not a particularly very big guy, although I can look intimidating sometimes. But Fadil is tall.
Right,
He's like,
right.
what is 6'1"?
6'1" maybe, yeah.
6'1". David is also a pretty big guy.
Yeah, he's about
So-
5'10" at least.
Yeah, but all three of us are kind of like wimps now. Okay,
Right,
we're nothing close to gangsters, right?
Yes.
But we do look intimidating.
Somewhat,
Because
yeah.
of our size.
Size, merely because of the
Merely
size.
because of our size, right? So we go to the My Easy Vacation place, and I stand there, and we're giving out this thing. Don't buy their product. Anybody that comes to this place there, I would give them the paper. They're the number one most complained company in Malaysia. Don't buy anything from them. And I told them, I am going to stand here and make sure you get no other customers until you give me my money, right? And then the guy came, and I started shouting at him, saying that you better give me my freaking money, right? And the guy did something very strange. There was a poster, there was a banner there, right? And I'm shouting at him, and what he did was, he went behind the poster to hide from me. And I'm like, what are you doing? I know you're behind the poster. Why are you hiding from me?
Right.
So eventually he took out money from his own pocket and he gave it to me just to
okay.
get me the fuck off.
Right.
So I made a police report about it. The police called me and then they said, don't you want to follow up on this report? And I said, nah, I got my money back.
Okay,
And then the police was like, don't be like that. Just because you got your money back doesn't mean you should do it for other people don't get ripped off. And I'm like,
Right.
I'm not free, I'm sorry, I got my money back.
Try check. There's
Right.
now a national number, national hotline you can call. Is even a 3-digit like 994 kali that.
Okay.
Try see. Scam hotline Malaysia.
994 is bomba lah. I think
Yeah,
so.
994 is bomba, but it's something like 994. Is it 99
Scam
something?
hotline.
Like nine
Malaysia.
944 some shit like that. But yeah, this is good for
997.
997. So if you're in
Yeah.
trouble, you got scammed, you call 997, and then you get the scam hotline, and you can report your stuff to us immediately to the. However, a lot of times, if you gave your money already, more than likely they won't be able to get it back to you. But at least you can sort of help them cripple the thing at large for the next people at least.
And unfortunately, they tend to target elderly women. So that's one thing I keep telling my mom. Like, anybody tells you anything to do with money, assume it's a scam.
Don't believe,
And the thing is, my mom is pretty diligent, but she still kena one thing. What happened was, she said, I had to pay this antivirus company to clean the viruses on my computer. And I'm like, what? My computer got all the viruses from the internet. And I was like, no, mom, this is scam. I paid $100 for it.
Oh dear.
So I was just like, yeah, okay, at least it wasn't that much. It was only like 100. But yeah, they get like, 5,000 elderly ladies like that. That's half a million.
That's half a million bucks.
Yeah, so that's the thing, lah. I gotta be vigilant, assume everything is a scam.
Yes.
And the scammers are getting creative. They try one thing, doesn't work, now they're gonna change their modus operandi.
Yeah.
They're gonna do different things, lah, right?
Yeah.
And that's why, right? Never, if you I don't want to tell you how to live your life, lah, right? But never borrow money from money lenders. Only borrow money from banks.
Yeah. Yes.
I've read stories, right? Once you borrow from one money lender,
everybody will come.
First of all, I don't even know if you'll ever be able to pay them back.
Right.
Because ada saja dia punya bunga that will come up, right?
Yeah.
The second thing is, other money lenders will get your details and then suddenly they'll just bank in money into your account. I bank in already 10,000 in your account. Now you owe me 20,000.
Oh wow!
You say, I don't want this loan. I didn't apply for this loan. I don't care. I got these details. Your details here applied for a loan. I don't know who applied for it. I've already banked in the money into your account. Now I expect the money from you.
Oh, wow!
The loan that you never applied for, also suddenly you kena. And then imagine now, right? I give you 10,000, now you owe me 20,000. Immediately, like that. Even without you applying for it,
100%.
nothing. 100%. So never, like the worst thing, that's why sometimes, right, people get very stressed out about like, oh my God, I can't pay my bank, I can't pay my bank. And while that is stressful, I have been in that situation, definitely stressful, right? But there's one thing you need to look at, right? There's an option where you just don't pay your bank.
Yeah.
If
they're not going to come over and chop you at the knees.
They're not. The banks can't do that, right?
They can't do that.
They're not going to come in front of your house, burn your car. That shit happens, okay? People burn other people's cars, intimidate your family. Banks are not going to do that.
Yeah. Yes.
Worst case is maybe you got to go AKPK, or maybe even you got to go for some financial consultancy, some kind of restructuring. Worst case is bankruptcy, right?
Right. And all of this takes time at the courts.
Yes, all of this takes time. And I know a lot of people who are bankrupt who came back after their bankruptcy and became okay after that.
Right.
It's not a death sentence.
I mean, look at what's his face, Trump. He's done it a million times.
All
if
these
he's done it once.
millionaires, they keep declaring themselves bankrupt.
Yeah.
So they don't have to pay shit.
Don't have to pay
They
for
drive
tax.
Mercedes.
Yeah.
Dude, there's so many, even in Malaysia, no need to say Trump lah, right?
Right.
They go and borrow money, give to their wife or their children or whatever, declare themselves bankrupt. Bankrupt, I got no money, I got no bank account, I drive Mercedes.
Right.
I drive 5 Series.
This is why they
I live in a
say
bungalow.
you owe the bank 10,000, you got a problem. You owe the bank 10 million, the bank's got a problem.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely, it's the bank's problem.
Yeah.
So that's why you see a lot of people with big houses out there, right? Jangan sangka they're not bankrupt. There are bankrupts living in big houses. And that bankrupt could be you.
Hey.
Don't kill yourself.
It's not
just
worth
money.
it.
It's just money. Yeah.
It's just a temporary thing is measuring your hours, pretty much.
Yeah.
And one day, this measure of value might not even be the same currencies that you work with now.
Absolutely.
All of these pesos and dollars and ringgits all will be valueless at some point in the future.
I mean, we've all struggled for money at some point. I mean, not all, right? I mean, there are some people who are just generational wealth.
Right. That one, lucky bastards.
Right. Like they say, a lot of people say that being successful is hard work meets opportunity, right?
Right.
But hard work meets opportunity ain't got nothing on generational wealth.
Ain't got nothing on it, man.
So yeah, what to do lah? Some people got generational wealth. So the average Joes, where you gotta get a job, maybe some people have been grinding at their job and they've never really been rich or poor. Like it's just like okay,
Right, yeah, just going along.
But for myself, because I've embraced the hustle culture since 2007, by the way, back before it became cool.
Right.
Back before the hustle culture was a thing, right? I already embraced it. I have been definitely through ups and downs financially.
Right.
And there's sometimes where it's like, oh my God, I need. Like I tell you, there's one point where in my life I had no money to pay rent, and what I did was all the foreign currency in my house that the last like 4 holidays I went to, we went to the currency exchanger and we changed like 4 different country punya currency,
Right.
and then we had enough money to pay rent.
Shit. Wow.
Yes. So that was one time, and there was another time that I flew business to Dubai.
Oh, wow.
So that is, not just Dubai, to Europe, right? So in my lifetime, there have been very, very low lows and very high highs, and then a kind of like equilibrium in between, right?
Right.
And the thing is, there's sometimes where I was so fucking worried out of my mind for money, I couldn't sleep, I couldn't enjoy myself. Like I couldn't even be happy because I was worried about money, right?
Yeah.
And even when the money thing became better, I kind of like, I'd be by myself and I'll be like, dude, why are you feeling shitty? Like, you're okay. But it's just like, oh, I'm feeling shitty because that's how I felt for the last
How
6
long,
months
right.
or 1 year or whatever, right?
Right.
And now that I'm okay, I've kind of forgot to stop feeling shitty.
Right.
And when you think about it, none of that really matters. We're all okay now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
We're all okay now, and it's fine to worry about the future, but don't worry too much.
Yeah, don't worry
Don't
too
worry
much.
If there's one piece of advice I could go back and tell my 20-year-old self is, don't worry too much about the future. Just
Yeah.
enjoy your present. Try your best to.
And don't worry
yeah.
about what other people think also, because sometimes you're thinking, what will other people think because I don't have this? Doesn't matter also. Most people got their own money problems. They're not thinking about your money.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
But then here you are, I'm like, if I don't do this, if I do it like this, then people will say this, like this. No, they're not going to do that. They got their own bank shit to worry about.
Yeah.
So don't worry about what other people think, what
Yeah.
other people are saying.
Yeah.
None of that matters.
It is tempting to think that people think about you.
Yes, it is.
It is. It's very tempting.
For the most part, we don't.
Yeah. Nobody cares because nobody has time to care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, your good friends every now and then you will, hey man, what's going on? That one is like real stuff.
Right.
But other than that, right? If it's like some random guy you just met, half of the time exchange numbers. That's it. That's all the interaction I've had with this guy in my life.
Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah. So you never know.
Yeah. No. So, don't you try to enjoy, and then have you ever like looked back at like a certain period of your life, like let's say for example 2008
Right.
to 2020, let's say 2013,
Right.
that 5-year period, right? Let's say for example, or any random 5-year period, 2004 2009 or whatever, right? And you're looking back and you're thinking, wow, that was an awesome time of my life, like so nice. I had so many things to look forward to.
Right,
Things were so great.
right.
But when you think back, how you actually felt then was super worried and super shitty.
Right.
And now you're thinking, wait a minute, am I going to look back at right now, 5 years from now, and think, oh my God, that is such an awesome time of my life. Why didn't I appreciate it? Why didn't I enjoy that part of that time of my life?
Exactly.
You should always be grateful for now.
Always
So,
be in the now. That's the
Yeah.
most Zen thing you've said today.
There you go, man.
Be here
Yes.
now.
I need to live on top of a mountain and shave my head and concentrate. And then hikers will climb up and then they'll be like,
Shaz, tell
The
us the
enlightened
secret.
one.
Tell us what it is. And
But
then
I-
Shaz will just go,
yeah.
pow. That was real. Because that is now.
Wow. Did you get that from somewhere? Did you
No,
make it
I
up?
just made it up for
Oh
you.
wow, that's actually really good. That is profound.
Yes,
You
it
think
is.
It's fucking profound, right?
Yes.
That is
Yeah.
good because that is now. That slap, that pain that you feel is now.
That's
yeah.
all you. Do you still feel that pain? Yes. There you go. Feel it.
Right.
Shaz.
Dude, you need to
$200.
No, you know how Fadil knows this shit? You know why?
Why,
You guys
why?
know? Fadil knows this shit? Because he works for Mind Valley.
Ooh, yeah.
That's where he gets the shit, man.
Deep stuff, my friend.
So he knows the inner hidden tablets of knowledge.
Yes.
Deep inside the Mind Valley server room, there are tablets that have been written eons ago and forgotten by time.
Gold nuggets of
Right.
wisdom.
And that's one of the sentences that he got.
Yes.
So,
So there you
yeah,
go.
so you guys owe Fadil $200. Okay, so
$200.
Yeah, all right. So you gotta pay Fadil.
Yes, that's quite true, man. Being the now. So many times we get stuck in the past,
Right.
reliving past pains, making ourselves feel so cringe. I don't even know why we do that sometimes. Such a
Right,
stupid thing to do.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I'm about to go to sleep, but I can't because now I'm thinking about that stupid thing I said 10 years ago.
Okay, what's something that bothers you like that? Tell me.
I can't remember at the moment, but when it happens, let's see, what?
Tell me, when did you first start hearing these voices?
Doctor,
Yeah.
it's been bothering me. I don't know. No, I can't really think of any at the moment, but I know I have times when I'll be
Why
at
is
night.
it psychologists are always German? Why?
Good
Why is that, huh?
Good question.
Good question.
I think it's because a lot of the Nietzsche and all of
Yeah.
these guys were German or that region-ish people, with those weird names.
Or Hollywood just, likes to push that stereotype.
More than likely, that's it.
Suits. I've been
Ah.
watching Suits
Oh,
now.
yeah, Suits.
And the psychologist in it is German as well.
The Germans.
The Germans.
Okay. But yeah, I think because of a lot of these Friedrich Nietzsche, I keep saying Nietzsche, but that's the only German guy I know. There's a few other guys I've been listening.
Sigmund Freud is
Sigmund
German.
Freud.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
these guys, I think-
That's probably why.
Yeah,
That's
I think
why.
probably Sigmund Freud,
Yeah.
and then it'll be, you probably have a liking for your mother. Do you have a Oedipus syndrome?
Right.
Apparently he himself did, and then he went nuts. One of those.
Does it put added pressure on you as a parent to know that your kids, whatever fucked up things they're going to experience as an adult, is because of shit that you are doing right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's messing with me, man, because
Right.
everything that I do with my kid, I'm always worried, am I fucking her up? Is this the right thing for me to do,
Yeah.
So I don't think so, but you never know, right? You never know.
Never know. 20 years later, you see, and then she'll be like, I actually have this tick. It's this weird get up I have.
Right.
It's because of my dad. He did this.
Right.
And then you'll be listening
Oh,
there.
no.
Oh no, I
Messed my
did
kids up.
this.
Yeah.
Otherwise, she's leading a perfect life, but she has this black spot
Right.
right here where
Yeah.
she can't do X because
Yeah.
I did
Right.
Z.
Yeah, one day my kid comes back and she's like, I like this guy because he can't stop making lame jokes. And I'm like, oh no.
Oh no, what have I
my
done?
fault. That's my fault. I'm sorry, my child. So yeah.
Yeah, so that's one thing. We all are a sum of the experiences that we've had throughout our life. Yeah.
All your behavior, all your bad behavior especially, is because of something that happened to you as a child. So I think it is very important for you to analyze yourself and realize what's fucked up about you. Because all of us are fucked up.
In some way or another.
In some way or another, all of us are fucked up. But the way that you deal with it, I feel, my opinion, although I'm not an expert, all right, just my opinion, is you need to ask yourself what is wrong with you and analyze yourself. And when you sometimes come to an epiphany, oh, that's why I do this, right?
Right.
Sometimes it's like a weight that's lifted off your shoulders. Then you understand why you feel this way, why you do it this way, and then you realize, okay, I don't need to do that anymore.
Yeah, that's the most important
Yeah.
part, is that you can change that behavior.
Yeah.
You cannot change the behavior without knowing the thoughts that first
Yes.
trigger those things.
What were your insecurities?
Yes, exactly.
So, I like to, let's say, for example, I eat nonstop. I eat nonstop. I'm just constantly eating, right? For
right.
example, right? Could it be that it's because of trauma when you were younger, you had food insecurity?
Right.
You had food, you weren't sure when you would be able to get your next
food.
meal.
Right.
And because of that, now when you're an adult, you got a good job, you just can't stop eating.
Right.
Because that fear of food insecurity is always going to be there.
That
So-
could be.
Or-
I had a problem with if I put like too much food on my plate, too bad, I'm gonna finish it. I have to finish it.
Oh, right.
I'll be like, oh my god, I took too much, but
Right.
There's people in Africa who are
Oh,
crying.
right. And what's funny is that the people in Africa, they're like, there are people in Asia who are starving.
Yeah, because their moms told them the same thing.
Right, exactly.
But then it took me a while before I could finally say like, okay, I now have realized that I took a bit too much.
Right.
I shall not eat this.
Yeah.
It's a waste, but now I sort of recalibrate like samosas don't take more than 7 or something like that,
The sunk cost fallacy.
Yes, so that's what I go with this. It's the sunk cost fallacy when you continue to read because I already invested so much and I already ate this and I already took this. I have to finish it. No, you don't have to actually.
Yeah.
You don't have to finish it.
So it just to show how intellectual we are. I'm going to explain to you.
Oh, the
what
sunk
cost fallacy
yes.
is. Okay, sunk cost fallacy is basically you continue to do something you shouldn't do because of an investment that you made earlier.
Time or whatever it is.
Whatever, emotional,
right,
whatever, right? So sometimes, let's say you get a plate of food, okay? This plate of food, whether you eat it or you don't eat it, this thing is gone already.
Yes.
It's either going down your face hole or it's going down the
drain,
dustbin,
right?
One of those two things. But it's gone. All the resources put in to make that dish is already been spent, and this food is basically gone. It's just how it goes. Now at that point, you're eating it and you're thinking, I hate this, or I don't want to eat this, or I'm too full, or it doesn't taste nice, or whatever, right? And you're forgetting the reason why you're eating something is because you want to get full or you like the taste, right?
Right.
So if at that point you're thinking, you know what, I don't want to eat this, just throw it away. You think it's a waste, but it's already wasted. That's what the sunk cost fallacy is.
Yes.
So if you, let's say for example, you spend 0 on this dish, somebody put it in front of you and they said, eat this, you'd be like, no, I don't want to eat this.
I don't like it.
Yeah, so that's how you need to think about most of the stuff that you've done. And you need to, it's kind of like cut loss with your life and everything that you are doing, right?
Yeah.
So sometimes you just need to let go certain things. That's why sometimes, right, when you're working out and you're eating, right, like you get your food and you're trying to lose weight, okay, but again, you've gotten some food and you're eating it and you're like, I should finish it because it's already here. And then you're thinking, if I eat this food, this is like 30 minutes on the treadmill, wouldn't it be better if I don't eat the food that I don't want to eat right now and not work out on the treadmill? That would be a lot easier, right?
Win-win.
Yeah. So I think also Asians, we come from a place of food insecurity in general. Just one generation ago, there was like food insecurity, right? Our parents' generation lah. So that has kind of like trickled down to us a little bit, and now we feel that way. But we need to kind of come out of it, and otherwise, Malaysians are the fattest Asians, right?
Yes,
so,
we are, unfortunately, guys. You got to work on that.
Yeah.
I mean, like I told you the other day, right? Used to be 20 years ago, I'd walk around, I'd be the fattest guy in most places,
right?
Because I got a bad thing with food, relationship with food. But nowadays, I walk out. The other day, I was in my office, man, and I was like, oh my God, I'm so glad I am as fit as I am.
Right.
This one I'm calling fit because I saw what could only be described as a miniature planet-sized thing walk out of the building on his stumpy legs, boop, boop, boop. And I'm thinking, man, this guy should be orbiting the sun.
Right.
Oh, good. Oh, and I immediately like, oh my God, I shall take care of my food a lot better from now on. Thank you, God, for giving me this health that I do have now.
Yeah. Like he could hide like bottles of Coke and whatever under his flaps and go into the cinema.
Yeah, you wouldn't know the difference. He'd walk into a supermarket, half of the section would be gone.
Right.
It's all under his man titties.
The thing is that there are genetic reasons and there are like glandular reasons why people are obese and medical reasons, right? But there's also unhealthy eating habits and no exercise, and I think you need to be honest with yourself.
Yes.
What is it that you're doing? And again, it's coming down to probably your childhood trauma for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Could be food insecurity. It could be, I don't know, you ate ice cream whenever something bad happened and that ice cream made you feel better. So now you eat ice cream all the time so that you want to have that feeling of feeling nice. All of this Sigmund Freud bullshit, right?
Right.
So whatever it is, you got to figure it out.
Yeah.
You got to figure out what's your problem, man.
Yeah?
I figured out what my problem is, but doesn't mean I figured it out. Doesn't mean I've conquered it, lah. Right?
Yeah. It's not.
But-
It's not so easy. It's not so easy.
Yeah. So.
But there's a thing going on nowadays which I really don't agree with. The healthy at any size, is it? Is that what's
Oh yeah. Healthy.
I kind of don't agree with it, man.
Yeah,
They're calling it fat shaming, etc. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, guys, it's a health issue.
No, I don't think you should fat shame people. Definitely, you should not.
Yeah, you shouldn't do that. lah.
And especially strangers. Like Malaysians have no fucking chill when it comes to fat shaming. You know,
Right.
they'll go up to strangers and be like, "Wow, you damn fat, huh?"
Yeah.
Malaysia got no fucking chill, man, when it comes to
Right.
this thing. Wow, I saw you last time, bro. Damn fat
Oh,
now.
how many times you go to like weddings like, ooh, sihat ah sekarang?
Sihat, sekarang. Yeah.
What the shit?
Yeah, exactly. So Malaysia got no. So fat shaming is definitely a problem here for sure, lah. Right.
Right.
It's none of your business, right? But the flip side of that, because we're like polarized, lah, right?
Right.
In America, some parts of America, lah, right, where it's like you cannot even you can't even say that being fat is unhealthy because
Yeah.
it is unhealthy, you know.
But then you can't say it.
Can't say it.
Because they say, oh no, it's
Yeah.
you know. I've been reading a couple of these online where
Yeah.
the person is sick because they're overweight and they got diabetes, like this and that. But they keep going and changing doctors because all of the doctors before they say you gotta cut down on your weight,
Right.
until they find some fellow who said, nah, take this medicine.
Right.
And that's not the best way to go about it. You don't just continue doing the wrong things
Yeah.
and like shove a bunch of pills down your throat.
Yeah.
That's asking for, that's a recipe for disaster.
Right.
You know?
Although having said that, though, apparently there is a pill that's
A magic pill?
a magic pill that is being researched right now
Uh-oh.
that has the potential to cure obesity.
Oh, shut up and take my money.
Still under research, though.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I just read about it like 2 days ago.
I wonder what kind of bad stuff. Well, we'll only know once they go through the tests, I guess.
Yeah, no, there's some problems where like it's like generational, right? And then the next generation, they're like, "Wow, that was a problem for you? No, a problem for me."
Right.
Like
you mean you didn't have food?
Yeah.
No McDonald's, there's McDonald's everywhere now.
Yeah. And I'm sure at some point in the future, right, people will like forget about technology. Maybe like 1995. Did they have computers back then? Like, no, I'm pretty sure computers existed in the 2010s. You know?
Right.
So yeah, I mean, like our kids at some point, our kids will never understand why we only had landlines,
Right.
for example, right? And then now with the emergence of AI and whatever, you know, things are just going to change in the future.
Yeah, they're already changing right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you know that a guy just released a software that can
Right.
tell you if a piece of writing was
AI
generated by
generated.
ChatGPT or
Yeah, no, I think it's already Google already has it.
not? No, this one is a new specifically for ChatGPT,
Right. Oh,
for,
ChatGPT,
so that
okay.
for university students,
Oh.
university professors, because they see like, this one confirmed
Right.
students are going to be like,
Right.
hey, can you tell me what happened in 1995 and blah, 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 and then they get the whole essay done for them.
Right.
But then now professors have a tool. So don't use your ChatGPT without some edits, boys.
Yeah. Do a little bit of work.
Come
Don't
on,
be
like-
so lazy, lah. Come on.
Don't be so lazy, right.
ChatGPT already did 90% of the work for you. Just do another 10% and
Tinggal
just
kamu
make-
format, kasih cantik saja.
Ah, my goodness.
Itu pun kau tidak boleh buat. Padan muka kau lah kena tangkap.
Yeah, but having said that though, there was one paper in uni, right? Of course, this was a taekwondo paper lah. Taekwondo was one of my
Curriculum lah.
one of my units though. It counts towards my CGPA.
Sure,
okay?
yeah.
So they asked me to come up with like what is taekwondo, right? I just went to Wikipedia, copied everything, pasted it, and I got an A- for that, buddy.
Well
Because
played.
back in the day, it's like
Well
Wikipedia. What's that? You know?
Right.
So yeah.
Little did they know.
I mean, in Malaysia, I think you could probably still get away with it.
Maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
Well played.
Yeah. So yeah, a long time ago. Anyway, you know, every time we do this podcast, right? I'm with Fadil, and I'm like, what the fuck are we going to talk about? Huh? What the fuck are we going to talk about? And I'm like, okay, never mind. We just keep it short. Maybe less than an hour, 40 minutes pun boleh lah.
How long already?
1 hour, 20 minutes.
Okay, wow.
Okay, I think we probably need to end this. The last podcast, I just finished rendering. So, you know, I need to come up with the snippets and everything. It's
Right.
going to take like forever to fucking do that shit. So and even like editing a 1 hour podcast is troublesome, lah. You know what
What Chaz is saying is, if you're a producer looking to do some free work,
yeah, please.
emphasis on free.
Please help me. Please help me. So yeah, we're gonna call it.
Call it a night.
Call it a night. It's probably gonna be another week before this comes out.
Okay.
Our last podcast, you know when it was?
When? 2 weeks ago.
Boxing Day.
Ooh, 26 September. Hey, December.
Yes, quite some time. Yeah. So today is the 8th of January.
Yeah.
I'm hoping we can get this out in a week, but if we don't,
Well, you know why.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Apologies. Too many things happened like that.
Yeah.
That Boxing Day, New Year's, blah blah blah, and
All sorts of
so many
events.
things happen. Yeah. Okay, guys. Catch you guys again in the next episode. Ciao.
Adios.